Governor Saltzman, you mentioned today about the district conference coming up in a couple of weeks. What do people gain from going to a district conference?
Well, in our district, we have the 33 clubs. And you know, 33 clubs submitted and did over 600 projects. Now, many of the projects are going to be shared that weekend.
I see.
So they get different ideas, and it'll help their own clubs.
Sure. Well, you mentioned we should have mentioned our all-star basketball game.
Oh, absolutely.
Which would be a good event for other clubs to pick up, maybe.
Well, that's the whole idea, because when you share an idea at the conference, other clubs can then pick up an idea and say, hey, that'll work in my community.
Sure.
In your community, look what you've done here, how it's benefited your community, would also help others.
Youth for Christ, exploring East Kern. That sounds exciting.
Yeah, we're excited about the possibilities. We're looking at beginning programs for junior high and high school students out here in eastern Kern County, specifically beginning in the Rosamond area and hopefully branching out from there. We're looking at starting program in the high schools, the junior highs, and possibly even the alternative schools.
If a person wanted to get involved, one of our viewers or readers, is there a telephone number they could call?
Yeah, they could call us at our main office, which is 661-323-9041, and they can ask for myself, Sandra Millard, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that they would have or come and do a presentation for a group. Just really kind of want to serve the community as best I can.
Sure.
This is Wal-Mart's contribution to the environment. This is a 2008 Peterbilt. Has same premise as a Prius. It's a diesel and electric hybrid.
Really?
It's one of the many pieces of equipment that we're testing right now to lessen our carbon footprint. This particular model here, there's 6 of them in existence. Wal-Mart has a great deal of money invested in these. The drive unit is an Eaton Fuller hybrid drive unit.
Okay.
In comparison to Toyota's Prius, this one here is only 44 kilowatts, the motor in it, the drive unit. The Prius, I believe, is around 255 or 260. Also, the Prius has extremely hazardous batteries.
I see.
This one here, it's no more hazardous than anything you buy at AutoZone.
Really? And this engine here, this can haul all the stuff to the Walmart stores, right?
Yes. This motor is the exact same thing we're using on a job. This particular truck, it's in service. It holds
really?
Like every other truck we have. That's the only way you can test it. The difference with this motor with most diesel motors is this has a regeneration system, not only for the hybrid drive unit, but also if you look at the exhaust pipe, you see rust in there, you don't see carbon. It takes the carbon, keeps reburning it.
Oh, I see. Sure.
It basically burns as clean as natural gas. And then with the other advances in technology,
look
plastic.
at that. Really?
The only thing basically metal is obviously the internals, the head and the block, and everything else is pretty much plastic. Saves on weight, which saves on fuel mileage.
What are we looking at?
We have the robot that Antelope Valley High School's robotics team made for the first robotics competition. And basically, what it's designed to do, it plays soccer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the gist of it. And it hangs on a 7-foot pole at the end of each match. But it didn't really work quite well because it hangs very slow. You only get a certain amount of time to hang at the end of each match.
Oh, I see.
So it didn't end up working. But we got it to hang. It was a great achievement.
Explain to me how this works, or kind of how it works.
That computer talks to the gray thing in there. That's the compact reel, and that's the brain.
Okay.
The programming runs through that to the different components in here.
Right.
The brown boxes that are there are the Jaguars.
Yeah.
The black boxes are the Victors.
Okay.
Those turn the program basically into commands for different things.
Okay.
These chains run from the transmission that's in here and run the wheels. There's a mirror on the other side that runs the other side of the wheels.
Okay.
The black box, that Victor, runs this transmission, which runs the pulley system to the grappling hook, which will lift the robot.
Which is up there.
This robot was built in 6 weeks. Because First Robotics, they give us a task, and then 6 weeks later,
we're done. That's our time limit.
Now, who do we have here? We have, that's right, or like that.
It's Roswell.
This is Oswell.
Roswell.
Roswell, okay. And he's coming to the science fair today to, from where?
See the kids.
Okay.
Where are you coming from? Bill He's here for the kids.
Hydrogen alpha filter, which is like a very narrow band red filter.
Uh-huh.
And it's also got a special energy rejecting filter to reduce the heat and all the extra white light.
Sure.
So the combination lets you look at it like you're looking through a pair of welder's goggles.
Oh, I see.
Also filters out all the extraneous light, lets you see some cool detail. The neat thing about this filter is it shows you some of the filaments and prominences that are on the sun. Bits of plasma that are arcing out and back along the magnetic lines.
Oh, yeah.
The glass over it, and then my shadow,
Okay.
and then the rain. It's a spray bottle indicating the rain. And I found out from my results that the natural sunlight was the fastest,
Okay.
and then the shade, it wouldn't go.
Okay.
And because how I got the idea is from my leader, and then also because of the economy, because we might go in a depression, but we're in a recession.
And you won the award today, I hear.
Yep,
That's good.
first place.
First place. Congratulations. And this is it. You build it, solar power. How long were you up, Olaf? How long did you take these people
they
up?
both went up for about a half hour.
About a half hour?
They did some flying. He had to go see Shay's castle and his mom's work over at the prison, and he had to go see his house by Lane Park, and then Donovan had to go live even further in Leona Valley. So we had to go all the way out there to the lake and check everything out of the lakes and make sure the water was still in the lakes.
Now, Olaf, if one of these 4-Hers or participants today wants to really become a pilot, what should they do first?
Give me their name and address. I'll sign them up for a flight training magazine and start receiving that. And then the instruction, if they actually want to get instruction over at Barnes Aviation in Fox Field, which is Avenue G and 50th roughly. Check out Barnes Aviation.
Sure.
And see where you can get hooked up with an instructor and take a ground school.
Is it expensive though? I mean, does it cost a lot to finally get your license to be able to fly?
It does. Well, probably about $4,000, maybe $5,000.
Well, that's not too much if you're going to use it over your whole life.
No, I guess amortized over a long time. That would
100 years like you, huh? Thanks very much. What we're doing, we're compressing air here, I guess, huh? Putting in on our launcher? Yeah. And whose rocket is that? It's your rocket, huh? You made it this morning? You made it? Yeah, made it this morning?
It's a Firebird.
You aim the blue thing.
Correct. At the rocket as it goes up, and you're holding the trigger, and you release the trigger once it hits the highest point.
Okay.
And you get the angle, the percentage of the angle. Then you have to get the tangent of that angle. Then times it by 150 of the length, and then kind of subtract out your height from it.
I'm amazed at how straight up and down it went in this wind.
Yes, these are once kids are real good with the rockets there. And if you see any movement like that, that's because the fin is off or the nose cone's not straight.
Well, Mr. Houghton, I found it very interesting about the well malfunction during your presentation and where you got the water from.
We received it from the AVAC facility up here on Fellside Street, and without their participation, the district would have been in serious trouble. We would have not had enough water to supply the district.
You were saying that had they had to shut down for repairs or something, that the district would have had to announce.
Yeah, if AVAC would have had to shut down within that two-week period of time that we were using them, if they'd had to shut down for any operation, maintenance or anything, we would have had to gone out and notify our customers to ration water and we'd have been in serious trouble.